I did. The story to that is actually even better than the reaction. He was going by. We needed to talk to somebody. I said, pinball. And he looked around and he said, yeah. And then I said, when you come back, will you talk to us? And then he showed up just before I was supposed to talk to you, Bakari. So that was a little chaotic, but we got the reaction live on CP24 and now can share it as well with our viewers for Live at 5. So let's talk about these big changes coming. The field is shrinking, going to 100 yards wide, still 65 yards in depth. So that's still going to be bigger than the NFL, but this is clearly a sign of things changing and looking a little bit more like the American game. We are keeping 3 downs, not 4, but the Rouge point system not really going to be working as it did before. You're not going to be seeing a lot of punts and field goal attempts that just go wide and being awarded a singular point. That's changing. There's also an automated clock for play starting in 35 seconds. No longer will that be officials that are doing it manually, and a little bit of discretion there. So they're trying to speed up the game, which is in some ways faster than the NFL. But this is also a question of how are things going to look in years to come. And by the way, we haven't even gotten to the end zone changes that are coming. So here's a little bit more from the commissioner of the CFL, Stuart Johnson.
By moving the goalposts back, we project a 10% increase in completed passes in the end zone and 60 more touchdowns each year. In addition, end zones will also be shortened from 20 yards to 15. Our game will still feature the largest end zones in professional football, while maintaining the importance of the kicking game. But this change ensures, for the first time in years, that all CFL end zones will be the same size.
And Bakari, you did mention about Pinball Clemens, and I do hope viewers at home enjoyed that play-by-play commentary of how that went down with us running into him here in the parking lot of BMO Field. So here's what Pinball thinks about all this.
The goal is to have the best game possible, right? And I believe we have that right now. And I believe we also are improving on that. So regardless of what it might look like, you know, to others is part and parcel, right, to, you know, how people take it. And so we want people to come and check it out and not to just say, oh, I don't, you know, that may look like, you know, something else or a different product. But no, let's come out and let's check it out. Let's see and let's evaluate it for ourselves.
The way that CFL's been billing this, guys, is that they're trying to keep the tradition of the Canadian game while also trying to evolve and expand for years to come. The commissioner did say that none of these changes were predicated on the NFL's level of fandom in Canada and its popularity, that this is really about what the CFL could be. That being said, you did hear Pinball saying at the end for fans to make a judgment for themselves. The Rouge play, basically point system stuff, that's happening next year. A lot of the big stuff when it comes to the end zones shortening and the overall pitch or field being shortened, that's going to be happening for the 2027 season. So there's still time for a gradual change for fans to get used to. Ultimately, though, things beginning to change next season. Back to you.
All right, live from BMO Field, CP24's Andrew Brennan.